Alright, YouTube, welcome back to A Programmer Plays Scurge Hive. In our previous episode, we finally got the freeze ability. We fought a boss a few times. It actually did kill us, so I leveled up a little bit, did a little bit of grinding, and now we're back in the Nexus area, the Biocore, and we're working on unlocking some more things. A quick note, I was looking at the way that this map indicator is. So you see how, like, obviously it's a cross with a circle and it's rotating. What's fun is you can really tell that the image that's being rendered is not aliased such that it like looks smooth. And the way that you can tell that, you see how there's like little like jagged bits that keep showing up around. That happens when the aliasing algorithm. Aliasing is where, probably heard of anti-aliasing. Aliasing is where you take pixels and you make them line up to the grid. And so what's happening is the pixels are lining, like they're on a curve, and just the math just works out like, oh, we're over here, but then the next pixel over, which on a curve doesn't quite line up, ends up not snapping to the same place, and you end up with these like, you know, kind of jagged edges. So that's what's going on there. I don't know, just kind of fun to see it so clearly on a, you know, a Game Boy Advance screen. This is not going to be terribly noticeable because it's, you know, you're looking at it on native resolution. On a desktop monitor, it's a lot more noticeable. So yeah. Alright, so we're gonna run through some poison. It's interesting that they just tell us this again. Running through the wow. I was not expecting that to kill us so quickly. I thought we'd have more time. That's okay. Alright, so that's not where we need to go, presumably. That would have been a better ending point for the previous episode than where I did end it. That's okay. Alright, so I don't love that my infection keeps going up when I'm in this room. I just was talking to Twitch chat and some time passed, and as we can see, that number goes up. Which just, why? It doesn't feel like it should. So we could go back in that room. That feels like a mistake to do that. I mean, it pretty much has to be one of these two, right? Can't get in here because this is all gummed up. Maybe I missed something in here. I did go through this room pretty fast when I was in here before. Is there... like... yeah, that's alright, so there's pipes here. Haha! That did not help me terribly much, but, you know, we'll get there. Ah, okay, so... bump, bump. Got it. I need to be looking more for these little things, is what I'm hearing. Bump, bump, bump. Ooh, attention, multi-channel transmission detected. Magellan, intercept signal. Professor, we have managed to escape the laboratory, awaiting rescue efforts, being attacked. Jormungand lost main transmitter. Hurry, current using station's broadcast frequency. Difficult. Established communication. Unable to establish two-way communications. Source transmitter not receiving. Magellan, pinpoint the source of the transmission. updating map coordinates. They're practically in yelling range. Hey, let me know. Got another key. Hey, no. What is happening right now? Okay, fair. Get out of here, off-brand Metroids. Okay, so that needs 6. We've got 4. Yes, perfect. This is what I wanted. Game saved. Alright, so that needs 6. That's really interesting that we've got like a tube, like presumably like an elevator down or something, and also doors. Well, I was trying to get some XP, but instead I got door. Whoa! Ooh, well, that looks flammable. Nope. Alright, fair enough. Oh yeah, we literally just dropped down. No. The sounds that these bots make, they're very old school, which is fine. I am on board with old school bot sounds, but they kind of sound like the sound effects that you used to hear when like it's like, oh, we need like someone going woo in the background. That kind of sound. Does this go on top of a platform that I needed to do a thing with? No, it's just literally, okay, that's fine. Send me deck back down, please. Through here. Energy disrupt all of you guys. Okay. Seeing things that I need to hook shot off of. Nope, that's the wrong ability. What up? Alright, so if I do this, can I reach that? I think that's higher than I can reach from here. Is there... Yeah, this is a self-contained room. Ah, aha, haha, figured it out. There's pipes. Pipes didn't help me quite as much as I was expecting. Aha! Okay, that did not work. times. And yeah. Then yeah. And then yay! We did it! Celebrations all the way around. And the beeping is gone. Never to return. Yay! I'll be honest, the beeping is more effective at getting me to want to get the cards than the fact that I need the cards for progress. No, no, no! Fake Metroid, how dare you! Let me go, let me go, let me go. Oh, disaster. This is atrocious. Alright. There we go. There we go. Hey, we got a level up out of it. Excellent. We need to get our infection down. Imagine being in this situation and having this much hair and not being like, you know what? Maybe today is a buns day. We're getting grabbed by fake Metroids. And we're like, well, you know, 6-7 feet of ponytail is still a necessity for our aesthetic. Enough cards actually for, you know, maybe just shave it off. I used to have a ponytail. It was never anywhere close to that long. I was all right. Here's a story. So I used to have long hair. I had a ponytail for years and years, pretty much all the way through college. And I was very single at the end of college. And eventually I was like, you know what? All right, let's change things up. So I shaved my head. And I had a girlfriend within like 2 weeks. I was so annoyed. I was like, this is the not happy about that. Just, I can't believe this. Oh well. Where is she going? Hold it, Lord. Oh, alright. Ooh. It's a fun visual. Deadscape Field Research Laboratory. It's really interesting that they've put this scan line pattern here. Like, that has to be an aesthetic choice. Because my original assumption would be that that was like a compression choice. Because sometimes you would do this thing, right, where you would make an image, but like you didn't have enough memory to have the whole image. So instead, you would just make every other line of the image and then blend them up. If you've ever played Sonic 3D Blast, there's that like 3D render at the beginning of the game. The Genesis did not have enough memory to have that whole video in there. So you're actually seeing twice as much pixels as there is video footage because they're interpolating every other line. But that's not what they're doing here. We can see, like, there's pixels that are present in alternating lines that aren't present in either of their neighbors. So this is a full, like, the resolution of this image is this. They've just added scan lines for fun, I guess. Yeah, and then we can see the same thing here, right? Like, she's got skin lines, and this is like pretty clearly like a hologram, right? This Star Wars aesthetic, and we've got pixels that are only present in some of the lines. So the scan lines here have been added to make it look more hologram-y. Anyways, whoa, feels like a while since I've seen natural light. How long before it gets dark again? The day and night cycles on Enos are relatively rapid. Furthermore, shadows cast by its multiple moons periodically interrupt the official daylight part of the cycle, bringing on temporary patches of night during the day. So, in other words, I won't be able to enjoy the sunlight for extended periods of time. This planet's getting less enjoyable by the minute. So, Magellan, where did that transmission come from? Transmission sources trace the specimen Beta 267's containment area. Let me guess, it's protected by a teleport nexus? Affirmative. Right, updating map coordinates. So, when we got the signal from the warp room and not actually from the thing. That's fair. Alright, let's find the key that's in here, because the beeping is driving me nuts. Okay, spiders, you guys need to chill out. There it is. That's not terribly many shots. Ah, sweet relief. I like these little basalt-looking columns that they've got here. If you ever get a chance to see basalt in real life, do recommend. It's very cool. I got some great pictures in Iceland last year. Highly recommend. Rocks. Bring your bugs. Oh no, hugs. Fair. We'll accept either. Searching for additional decontamination platforms. Alright. Finding our save zones. Love it. Ooh, that's far. That's also far. Why do I get the impression that, this zone, like each excerpt, each chapter of the game is larger than the ones before? Go back to the philosophy of just let the enemies, let them have this. But hadn't even seen that door yet. I know that I'm just like face taking that, but okay, so it's not there. Where is this mysterious? There it is, which pretty much means that we're gonna have to loop around. It can't get to it from over here. Okay, fair enough. Correctly identified as a mech. job, Self. You got it right this time. A lot of shot points. Not a lot of pipe. Well, look at the rock directly above us here. There's a symmetry to it, which I don't think. It's kind of hard to tell with the way that the fog is over top it. I think they're just literally, they've got the same pixel assets flipped around a couple times inside of the textures. That's fun. Girl, you gotta stop running just wherever you feel like. Pressing me out. Alright, so we've got choices. What this choice to start with. Nope, girl. Quit running, just in directions. How are we? Yeah, okay. Perfect. We were getting a little close to full infection there, which I did not want to stick around for. Alright, so we've got whatever this is, 3? So 3 cards to get into it. So we'll need to use up one of our... We'll have to find the card that's in here. Oh, nope, didn't quite make that jump, that's okay. Seizure warning, I guess I should say. Hello, sir. You. Before we go through that door, we are going to pop over here, have a little save just to reset our infection. There we go, excellent. Do-do-do-do. I could have done that better, but that's okay. Nice, level up. Hell yeah. Girl, why are you running that way? I'm really amused by this, where this is actually a really clear indication of how the logic works. Where right here we're considered, you know, visible, but obviously there's the platform here. But if we take one step further, now we're considered to be behind the platform, so it shows this silhouette of us. What means that probably the only part that it really cares about is right there at our foot, which you do see in games where the hitbox for the player character is actually very tiny. It's only a small part of them that's used for various collisions. If you've ever played the game Cannibalt, Cannibalt's player character is 3 pixels tall and 1 pixel wide, even though the actual player sprite is normal size, it's at 64 by 64 or something like that. But in terms of what matters mechanically, it's just that little footprint. Oh, that's unfortunate. Yeah, it is interesting. The hitboxes are wild. In Hollow Knight, you would think that giant head would be a big part of the hitbox. No, the knight's head actually pretty much does not matter as far as the hitbox is concerned. Oh, fall off. Okay. Got a card back. Alright, so if we do this, yes, perfect. And then you're here. Break you. Break you. Health. Alright, noted, perfect. Webs. Not so noted. Not so nice. I learned today that another word for spider that we never use is cob. It's one of those, dead words that you can deduce what it means when you think about what cobweb means. But no one ever calls spiders cobs anymore. Yeah, spelled like corn of, but just nobody calls spiders cobs anymore. Learning! New upgrade has been detected. Hitting map coordinates. That's not bad. That's pretty close. Only got a save point there, which I do kind of need. Nope. You know what? We're just gonna run for it. Yay. Write that down. Write that down. Nope. I swear I was pressing up. I need to start, know that people have, like right now, I'm pressing right. I don't know why the game is like, you're running to the left. Now we're back. I need to get one of those little like input recording thingies for this game and do some like analysis of what's going on, because it's kind of driving me up the wall. To Selin regarding dealing with large biological mobs. Do they call it mobs in here? So far, it seems like there are 3 surviving groups. I was not able to establish communications with Professor Dared at the mines, but I'm hoping he'll be able to send the distress signal. Over here at the industrial facility, the power is still on, but I am uncertain as to how long we have before they break our defensive perimeter. We've already lost 4 men. Please relay the message to the professor that I've shut down the generator as requested to cut off power to Yggdrasil. It should stall the source until reinforcements arrive. In the meantime, I strongly urge you to find the combustion shot upgrade stored within your area. This will help you deal with biological-based organisms more easily. They have become more aggressive as time goes by, so it's imperative that you use it to survive. I have attached the coordinates to this message. Good luck, Fandre. Alright, well, but we already knew that, right? Like, we already got the coordinates on that thing. It's just right up here. No, not right up there. Right down the air. I can read a map. Oh, nope, don't do that. Okay, so you guys are kinda right there. Very excited to get a flamethrower though, if that's what we are actually getting. There we go. Back to full health. Nope, you do not want that. Oh, okay, okay. No thank you. This is rude behavior. Interesting that only one of them froze. Oh, and for not long. Okay, got him. That's pretty messy. Okay, so bump. So, bump, bump. Nope. Bump, 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 bump. Bump, bump. Bump, bump. This makes me feel like this. Combustion Gauntlet enhancement obtained. Heck yeah. Use this upgrade to deal heavy damage to biological enemies. Use combustion shots. Select this icon in the alignment selection menu. All right, I'm betting this is going to be top center. Yep. If sufficient damage is inflicted on a biological enemy, the effect will be chained to other nearby enemies. Boom. Yep. Perfect. Be aware, however, that combustion shots enhance mechanical enemies, causing them to become stronger and faster. Boy, if my PC fans are any indication, that is not true. The combustion alignment can be used to burn withered vines. So the reason I was guessing that was going to be top center is because I'm thinking top 3 is now like our rock, paper, scissors of the game. So combustion is good against biological, but bad against mechanical. The electric is good against mechanical, but bad against energy. The energy is good against energy, but bad against biological. So we've now got our, fire, water, grass triad. And that leaves the bottom down here free for other elements that are sort of complementary. Like, if it was me, the ice one would have been bottom center. And so we'll probably get different utility ones that are more for, like, different puzzle-solving applications and, like, crowd control, maybe? Now the real question is, do I think that we're going to get an upgrade to our base? Oh, I did not mean to do that. Our base attack at some point in order to deal with big crowds of mixed enemies. So there's that part. For like where's the starting point in this? Never mind, I found the starting point. How close are we to a... You know what? Let's actually go to the next room because we're at 91% of infection, and that's a little too close for comfort. Of course, getting there is going to be a little bit more complicated than I would like. Okay, never mind. That was a mistake. We'll see how we do. Behind all buttons. Alright, here we go. 100% infected. That is awful fast. How quickly that hurts us. Do I think it would be... No! Oh shit, that's actually quite bad. We're gambling, chat. Alright, we got that. You're shitting me. Oh, that's disastrous, actually. Alright, we're gonna try and go back to the previous one. I shouldn't have attempted this. Oh, that's gonna be close. $44 HP left on the left in the health bar. Woo! A little bit more than 10%. We would have been fine for a couple more seconds. Hey, level up. Alright, so with the newfound Bernie abilities, let's figure some of this out. I know, it's kind of grim that this game's like, the best way to kill biological creatures is obviously through burning them. Flamethrower is the way to go. That jump several times. Not sure why I'm doing that. There we go. Alright. Nope, that was the wrong weapon to use there, but that's okay. Now we're back at this save point. Which if I had had more confidence in my platforming abilities, I might would have shot for earlier, but it's fine. It's fine, babies. No, we went. Oh, I'm burning. Thank you. Sidle. Kind of just waiting for some enemy to come along and just knock me off. Oh, good. Done earlier. Son of a bitch. Yep. here we are. We're on what, episode 4? Still think that the amount that the camera tries to lead you by is too much. Stand by that. Still. Again, it just feels a little nauseating. Burninator. There's something going on over here. Okay. This room's actually quite large. Don't want to energize you, I just wanted to add. I'm a little shocked that it let me have that one. Hey, level up. Nice. Hey, this connects here? No. They're right there. I think it's kind of like our feet that we need to touch the card with, which is a little, counterintuitive, but it's fine. And once you know that, it's no big deal. Hey, leave off. 6. You do not have 6. Is there a card in this room? card in this room. Definitely a card in this room. Cobbed. Cool deal. Second one. We are picking up some damage here, cumulatively, so, or infection, I mean. There we go, excellent. 5. Let's still save in. Big area. Slightly worried. Not that I think that there's going to be... So got that. 4. There we go. 6. Ooh, alright. Just right into it. Interesting that the chiptune for this is like not that crazy. Like it's not like that intense. It's kind of like, oh yeah, we're exploring. It's like not, hey, we're being overrun in these like desert environments. Magellan, locate the security node locations within the Deadscape. Updating map coordinates. Bump. Bump. Got that one. Got that one. Haven't gotten that one. Haven't gotten that one. Alright, that's not too bad. I like the pattern of, hey, here's a thing that you need to do. Go to the thing, and that will then give you the subtasks for it. That'll explicitly mark it on the map. Or don't, if you would prefer to just find them on your own. Like, that feels like a pretty solid, like, okay, yeah. Different players will naturally gravitate towards different choices there, and probably both have a better time on average. Not necessarily like every time, but on average. There. Okay. Not me over here, like, craning my head back to see better on a video game. I'm gonna need to do this, aren't I? There hasn't really been that many cases where we've, like, opened a shortcut back to, like, make backtracking easier. This game gets categorized as a Metroidvania, but honestly, the Metroidvania part of it's not, like, main part, if that makes any sense. Like, yeah, it definitely, like, has the hallmarks of Metroidvania. We're exploring around in an area, getting abilities, doing stuff, but, like, in a lot of ways, it's, you know, it's an adventure game more than a Metroidvania, I would say, because we're not doing that much backtracking around and returning to earlier areas. We're doing a little bit, but not, like, a ton. Oh. I have a rewind feature? I had no idea. That's gotta be like that's gotta be an aspect of the port. Because that smacks of, like, look at the UI for this, right? Like, so there's a very specific resolution that the Game Boy game is at. And then when I rewind, that's at a different resolution. That's clearly been added on. And the game's not mentioned rewind at all. If that was, like, if this was Sands of Time, right? That's a core mechanic. So the Game Boy emulator that they've got running this thing has that feature, and they've just let us have it. Does that mean I've got a fat... I do! I've got turbo mode! Oh, well. Hold on. How far can we rewind? Kind of a long way. Kind of a very long way. Wow. I'm slightly torn about taking advantage of that. Because, like, we just undid a mistake that ordinarily would take us a really long time. But I do like being able to just, like, fast forward through stuff that's tedious. I don't love that it stops the music. Like, that's a little... I would rather it just, like, play the music at double speed, right? Where I want to be? Yes. Can I? No. I'm very on the fence about whether I want to let myself use that or not. It does a little bit feel like cheating. Oh, see, now it's bound to left trigger and right trigger, which are, you know, pretty close to left bumper, which is what we hit for hook-shotting onto things, which is why we did it by accident just then. See, right here. That's the temptation right there. Do I want to use it, or do I want to make myself go through this little bit of jumping again? I'm gonna try and hold off on using it. If it's something just genuinely tedious, then yeah, I'll take advantage. But alright, we are in. Blame me, oh, hot man. This seems like maybe a potentially good farming spot. I'm curious though about, there's multiple, there's a hole there. Okay, interesting. Interesting. Oh, those guys look dangerous. Alright. Hole it is. Tight quarters here. There. Hey, level up. Nice. I get, you know, a reasonable amount of dopamine from you have 5 more health. Aha, okay, yeah, there we go. Nope, nope, girl, we're that, I'm gonna argue, is not my doing. Just literally, I wasn't pressing that direction. So maybe that's my compromise here. When I think that the game has misread my inputs, I will rewind. Alright, there we go. I don't really want to jump down there because I want to save, and then I want to call it for this episode. YouTube, thank you guys very much for watching. I hope you've enjoyed. Next episode, obviously, we'll be diving into more of this. So until then, bye.